everybody and welcome to another Magical Moon video. It is a big day here on the farm because Eeyore is going to have a whole day without his mummy. We've been building up to this, he's had little sessions away from her, but she's naturally starting to show signs that she's had enough and it's time for him to move on. And obviously being a boy and not yet castrated, there's obviously elements to it that we don't want to happen. So he's going to have his first day away, he's going to go out with Tintin on his own, and Mummy's going to come up and come into the spare stable now, and she's going to spend a bit of time just relaxing and chilling. And also we do think that she might have another baby on the way, because when we picked her up from the merchant, they did say there's a very strong possibility. So it is time for her to start nurturing her new baby in her tummy, and once things have settled down and we know everything's okay, we're going to get the vet to come and check her. But as you know, Sweet Pea's been slightly worried, she's a bit concerned about us, and we didn't want to put her through a vet with Eeyore at foot. So this is the first stage for them to become, you know, separated but still be able to see each other, so it won't be the end of the world. So let's go and put them in their separate fields.
Today I'm helping Mum power hose the buckets. Come with me.
how lovely it was to see Rupert with the jet wash, and as a young kid, who wouldn't want to be splashing about and blasting off all those feed bowls. And it's really lovely to see him. He loves getting involved with all the horses and all the goings on here on the farm. And yeah, I think there's a definite super groom in the making, and along with all the other boys, we couldn't do it without them. It is definitely a family affair. I'm here with the BFG, and very shortly we're going to head up and see how the new herd, or the larger herd, the extended family of the herd, is getting on. And someone asked about whether BFG, or a few of you have asked actually, if BFG could ever join the herd. Well, as you can see, he has this collar on, and he also has a leg injury, and he comes from a very competition-based background, as do some of the legends here, and he couldn't be allowed to go off because he'd have to have his collar off. He couldn't obviously wear it because it could be a potential for him being... What are you doing? He's, yes, anyway, he could potentially get up to mischief. As you can see, he's very much up to all sorts of things, and at the moment he's just trying to delve through my pockets. But yeah, he needs protecting, and as with all of them, they have so many individual needs, and we have to really cater for that, and that's why we have the horses in the stables that we have, and we have the other horses out, and it's all about that balance. It's all about just getting a feel for them, understanding them and their specific needs, and he definitely has that. So he wears this collar, as we have mentioned before, because he wind sucks, he takes air into his belly, and he actually had a life-threatening condition which he was operated on, which saved his life, and now he's obviously back to his mischievous self, but he has to wear this to protect him from his own little wills and ways. So yes, all the horses here, every animal we have, whether you have animals or not, it's the same with humans. We're all different, and we all need those special individual things, exactly like the beautiful little Eeyore and Sweet Pea, along with Tintin. So yes, we've split them up, and we're going through that very early days of the weaning process, and it's lovely to see him just relaxing with Tintin. But Tintin's a wise old soul, and he's got lots of experience on his shoulders, and he's just going to guide little Eeyore where he needs to be, and Sweet Pea just needs that bit of downtime, which he's getting, and they all seem really settled. So it's lovely to see that, you know, in these days, these uncertain times that we were saying about the potential pregnancy, that we're just able to move the horses around, and exactly like we've done with the herd, we have to have that flexibility. We can't have a situation where we're not able to have the animals fit in. So it's pretty harmonious here, and everyone does get on with it, but it's just nice to see. And Jack, Captain Jack Sparrow, he's obviously been looking after BFG, but he's also companion to lots of the other horses here, and we swap him around. So at the moment he's out with Magic, and he'll go out with whoever, because he's just that flexible kind of nature now. Now he's had that operation, he's been castrated, he's got a whole new life, and along with all those horses that were facing that uncertain future, it's just been really heartwarming. So we're going to head up now to the herd, and I'll give you a little update. So we've just come up to see the herd, or the extended herd, and now we're down to the four guys behind us. We've got Jarvis and Avatar to the side, and it's just so interesting how the horses sense that difference, that imbalance, and they all find their place. And Jarvis was one of the last horses to be introduced into the herd, and there was that period of integration, and that's what we're seeing at the moment. So we have the four amigos behind us, but we also have the other two, and of course they all formed part of what was the six, and obviously the lovely little Gimme, but the other two are somewhere else, so we're going to go and find them. And there's no great shakes in the fact that they've paired off. What that means is they're going to get stronger together, and as you saw yesterday, they were at no threat. But we have the opportunity, we have the space here to give them that freedom to have that little bit of their own privacy in their space. And eventually they will start to mingle, but they're not under any pressure to have to mingle. And that's really, really important. So nothing's forced, they will just eventually find their own way. As you've probably seen, and you can see behind me, there is quite a lot of land here, and they have pretty much the majority of it to do their own thing, which is beautiful, but does come with its downside. What it means is we've got to go searching.
Words tell me stories, legends before, ones who ran with the wolves, broke free from all ropes.
Nature has definitely taken over, and we like to leave it a little bit wild here. It just suits everything from the horses to the bees and all the other little critters. But you might be able to see that discoloration behind me in the field, and that is what we first came across. We saw some really interesting stuff with the drone, but you can go across to At Home with the Moons and check it out. It's all going to be part and parcel of our new channel. It's all about the history of this beautiful place. But we need to find these horses, so let's go. So I'm with the girls now, and they're just at the edge of that beautiful big open field, and they're just exploring their new territory, which is what it's all about. And as I mentioned yesterday, we did leave the fence open to give them that opportunity if they wanted to go back to where they knew, but clearly they don't, and who would, because there's another whole world out here. And it's just lovely to see them being able to enjoy this whole, well, this massive beautiful space, part of our home. And we've opened it up to the herd, and they will eventually, little by little, they will become integrated, but at the moment they're just finding their feet. Jenny's planted some wild seed a little bit further down here, which we're going to go and explore, but we just wanted to see if the girls were interested in us, and it seems that they're not. They're far more interested in their beautiful new surroundings and obviously all this lush grass. So let's go and take a look. So we are in full view of what is an anomaly, something like that. Anyway, we don't know. I don't think you know. I don't think anyone really knows, but that's what's so exciting. And as the episodes unfold at Home with the Moons, we're going to explore little by little what potentially it could be, but more importantly, on a wider spectrum, what this land was originally used for. There's certainly one thing about our beautiful land, that it is very undulating, it's very up and down, and what that means is it's always a workout, and that is fantastic for the older legends that live here. Just gets the heart pumping, gets those lungs going, and just keeps them in the swing of it, and along with the grass, it's the perfect tonic. And in the comments, a few of you have asked about replanting, and that's something which is incredible here. I actually just see stuff growing before my eyes, and in front of me there are at least half a dozen beautiful oak trees, and of course nature will select what ones live and what ones don't, but it's just never ending. And just up to the side there's the beautiful cherry tree, and around the bottom there are another half a dozen trees, so we've got no worries there. It will just keep looking after itself. And this is a fly mask, and just to the side of me I can see another couple, and as much as you try and help them, they just rub them off. And when they come down here, this is a really nice area, it's cool down here. They've had a good old roll and a scratch, and they've left us a few little treasures.
So it's been a successful day, and Eeyore has spent the day in the field with Tintin, and lovely Sweet Pea here has had a bit of time out. So what we're doing now is we're just letting Eeyore have a little bit of a drink from Mummy, because that is what he's used to, and then she's going to go and spend the night in the stable next to Magic and have a little bit more time out, And then tomorrow he'll have a little drink in the morning, and we're just slowly going to get him off of her. So it's not too frightening for him, but it's also not too painful for her, because, you know, we don't want her just to store milk and it not to be a thing. So at the moment it's just slowly parting them. As you can see, she's really clearly making very clear signs that she's not keen anymore on having him on her. So it's definitely the right thing to do, right time, and yeah, she's ready to go. She's leaving. So stay magical, and woo! Got a nip on the bottom. And yeah, we'll see you very soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!